got here to St. Augustine Beach. This place is awesome. Here, I'll show you the Airbnb we just rented. We're only here for one night. First of all, it's pretty cool here. It's definitely old Florida. Let me just show you where our Airbnb is. It just reminds me, honestly, like we said the same thing as like New Jersey beachy. Oh, there's 2 bikes over there. Okay. Here, we go up here. Okay. Awesome. It's small, but here. Little kitchen. AC. Cranked with mold. It's alright. Little kitchen. And I always bring a pan and like food with me. Here. Small bedroom. Let's check out the bathroom. Not bad. It's pretty cool. They got like 6 apartments in this building. So they must be killing it. Alright, we're gonna unpack and then we're gonna start the trip. I don't know what I'm gonna do first. I think we're gonna head over to the Fountain of Youth. It's not too far. So let's go. Alright, gents. And the 10% of women that watch these videos, we are gonna kind of just get like a first impression of the place, and we're gonna walk over to the Fountain of Youth. Lee and I are staying right in downtown, right in the historic part. So it's like a 10-minute, a little over a 10-minute walk. But just kind of get like some first impressions and see what it's like right down on the street. I'm super stoked to be here. I've been trying to come to this place for the last 3 years, but it just never seemed to pan out. You know, if we just had like a few days after the Miami trip where we had nothing really going on, so we can afford to come up here. This is really just old Florida. Even driving in, you know, the old growth trees, the old style buildings. It is not nearly as developed as like Miami or Fort Lauderdale or Jacksonville, which is a little bit further north of here. I know, I wish we had a few more days because everyone just walks around here. We'd be able to, here, we got a guy over here. We'd be able to spend the day in Jacksonville.
No, you're fine, buddy.
Oh, you're good, man.
Okay, cool. Have a good day.
Yeah, you too, bro.
Thank you.
Yeah. Oh man, that ice cream smell. That smells so good. I usually feel sick in ice cream shops because it's so sugary, but that smelled really good. It's like the best Cold Stone. Hello, hello. The Old Town Trolley. Where are we? Let's look. Literally just down the street to the right. Alright, not a far walk. Let's do it. Look at these little bikes. What the fuck? Oh my god. I feel like I'm in Whoville, like the Grinch. I feel like they were riding around these motherfuckers. Let's ask this guy how much they are. How you doing, sir?
Excellent. How about y'all?
I'm doing pretty well. I was actually just wondering how much the scooters are and how much that little cart is.
So it's easier to show you.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, right here. Still got a lister. Yeah, so the scoot scoops start out at $70 an hour.
Okay.
Each hour after that, it's a little less per hour. The mopeds, we do a 2-hour minimum.
Okay.
$36.
Okay, that's not bad at all.
No.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Sweet, thank you.
All right.
Oh man. How fucking stupid would Lee and I look if we just rode around on that thing? Let me take a picture so I can send it to her. She's gonna just say hell no. Oh my god. Like, am I wrong? Does this not look like fucking Whoville, like the Grinch? Them driving around the little town center in those kooky looking cars? Alright, let's go. So where we're going, the Fountain of Youth, is actually where that Spanish explorer landed in 1513. So, I mean, in America's terms, that's pretty long ago, right? over 500 years. I know for you guys watching in Europe, that doesn't seem probably too long for you guys. You got buildings from all sorts of ages, but for us, that's pretty old. And it was a national landmark. I think the Spanish made it a landmark ever since, so it never went away. Same thing with St. Augustine. They landed here and the city never left. Wow, look at all these trees. They look incredible. Very unique to this area, huh? You don't see trees like this in New England or California, that's for sure. Like draped in moss. They're pretty spooky looking, honestly. These little houses over here. Hi, how are ya?
I'm good, how are you?
I'm doing well.
Awesome.
All right, we almost made it. Oh, look at this. Some fresh squeezed lemonade we got over here. That's pretty cool. It's 1955. Fruit smoothies. Maybe we'll grab one on the way back. Oh, here we go. First muster of Spanish militiamen in the newly established Presidio. Okay. It's a Fountain of Youth Park. Commemorates the 1513, like I said, arrival. Yeah, Juan Ponce de Leon in Florida. The legend of the Fountain of Youth. Okay. Let's fucking go. There it is, guys. Oh, you're good. Fountain of Youth. That's pretty awesome. Oh, wow, what do we got here? Oh, nice, there's barbecue. Alright, that's cool. Yeah, I wasn't sure what to expect. I didn't even realize it was like a tour. I thought you could just like kind of walk in and walk out, but it's like 25 bucks. We're gonna find out now. Yeah, tickets and entrance. Oh, there's barbecue and drinks and stuff. That's cool. Classic Spanish sangria. Arriba. What does this say? For the history buffs like me. Yeah, okay, we already read this. So yeah, let's go get tickets. How much is it?
Prices are
Okay, sorry. Okay, yeah, so just one ticket, please.
$22.95.
There we go. Sweet. That's the map. Thank you, ma'am. Entrance is right around here, you said? Oh, right there. All right, thank you. Damn. All right, so the woman said it's gonna take 2 hours to do the whole thing. We don't have 2 hours. I'm gonna walk through pretty much the shit that interests me, and I don't think it's gonna take 2 hours. That's crazy. Yeah. Okay, there's a bunch of shit. Blacksmithing. Cool. And there he is, Pedro Menendez de Aviles, the guy who founded St. Augustine. Our nation's oldest city. All right, let's hit it. I do not think it's gonna take us 2 hours, maybe an hour max. We fucking walk fast, brother. We walk fast and talk fast. We're good. Look at this guy. Thank you. All right, let's go. I didn't know it was this whole thing. The fuck? Someone get married here? Look how beautiful that is. The old building. These beautiful trees. I gotta find out what trees those are. Oh man. See, that's fake. I didn't realize that that was real. That scared the shit out of me. What's up, big guy? You look beautiful. Let's go. Hello.
Hi.
I didn't realize that peacock was real. It scared the hell out of me. There was one fake one, then one real one. I'm like, oh my god.
And a surprise!
Yeah, surprise.
Good station. Wait, love, you don't need your ticket while you're in the park.
Okay.
It's only if you want to step and visit the cafe, just check.
Yeah,
in.
okay, sweet. This is the
We're
map.
right here in the center, my friend. The fountain is in this building.
Oh, it is?
Your guide to the park, our demonstration times.
Oh,
The
sweet.
presentation takes more than 13 minutes, but does start on time. This
Okay.
first building behind you is going to be the exit. The second is the restroom.
Okay.
Their legend is await you around this corner.
Oh my god. Thank you so much.
Yeah, guys, have a great day. You're
Thank
all
you. Here we go.
It's safe, I promise.
Just getting it right out of the way. All right.
Love to see you here, so if you guys have any questions, please let me know. You're very welcome.
Wow. Spanish coat of arms. Yeah, King Ferdinand. Okay. Wow. Discovered a small silver container buried. Wow.
Have a good rest of your day, folks. Thank you. You're welcome.
Wow. It's incredible. Bone spikes. Old map of Florida. La Florida. Florida. Alright. Here's the cup. I just grabbed like 3 by accident. Whoops. I think the natural, yeah, here we go. It's the natural spring. Wow. Alright, guys. I'm going to drink the fountain of youth. Let's do it. It does smell sulfury. It smells the way the Pirates of the Caribbean water smells. Alright. Alright, well, we got that out of the way. Now we just gotta walk around the rest of the park. Cool. I like how they just got it right out of the way for you, right? It's the first thing you walk in, just do the Fountain of Youth and keep it moving. This is pretty sick though. It's kind of like when you're in New England, you have like our version of this is like Sturbridge Village. It's like all the pilgrims. This is like their version of that, the Floridian version. What's this shit? Catch rainwater. Cool. Alright guys, let's quickly walk the rest of the park and see what there is to offer and what they got to tell us. And we'll go. I think it's just kind of like a nature park, right? They got all these peacocks. This guy, Chief Satarira. Riwa. Hello. Okay. There we go. It's like, I'm not scared of birds, but if that thing ran at me and attacked me, I would definitely be freaked the fuck out. Like, I just feel like birds at any moment can just take you out. There's a lot of Native American stuff, okay. Dutch engraver. Okay. Fort Caroline, short-lived French colony. I didn't know that. Where's my French bros at? I didn't realize it was like this Native American. village. Black bear. They're eating pretty good. Black bear, alligator, snake, catfish. I think I'd be doing all right as a Native American. What is this? Oh, this must be like a building that the Spanish would have built back in the 1500s. Yeah, 16th century mission. So this would have been, yeah, this would have been a missionary for the 16th century Spanish right here. Fray Francisco Pareja, 1595. San Juan del Puerto, near present-day Jacksonville. Okay. Wow. Okay. Oh hell yeah, we got the blacksmith here. Let's check it out.
Blacksmiths are just metal workers who work with iron and steel. Now, the blacksmiths who came here with Pedro Menendez way back in September of 1565 were not doing any Hollywood movie stuff. Last time you saw a blacksmith in a movie, I'd be willing to bet you he was either making a sword or shoeing a horse. That seems to be the only two things Hollywood knows about blacksmiths, and Hollywood doesn't know a whole lot. They had absolutely no reason to make a sword here, guys. They'd already packed up all the swords they needed back in Spain. Right along.
They were already obsolete technology in 1565 when Pedro Menendez brought them here. The bombardette is a very old medieval type of cannon, which was, the design goes back to about 1300. By the way, some of the different designs are pretty amazing. These hunting tips are actually pretty good anti-personnel. There's a version where you can put punk in there, set a light to it, and you can light up the sails of a ship or set the roof of a house on fire. It's pretty breezy today, not as bad as it has been. There are no sights on this thing, but would anybody volunteer to put the apple on top of their head down there? No one's foolish enough, so
it's not a shell, okay? So it's not going to blow up. There's no fragmentation to it. This was a solid iron shot that went flying through the air, looking to punch a hole at something. So back to Pedro Menendez when he arrives at this site in September 1565. Just like Tom's crossbow, these cannons, they're obsolete. Nobody in Spain's used guns like this since the early 1540s. All right, guys, here it comes. Viva San Augustine! Fuego! That's not the best part. You know what the best part is? They actually pay us to do that.
It's a watchtower. That's cool.
Save you climbing.
All right, guys. That was fucking interesting. Saw some cannons, some crossbows. We drank from the Fountain of Youth. I think we're gonna head out of here. I think we saw a good amount. I didn't realize how big it was. We saw some peacocks, walked around, kind of looked at the history of St. Augustine. Let's go. Here we go. Some more cannons. All right. I'm gonna exit through the gift shop, walk back to the Airbnb, we're gonna meet back up with Leah and just see what's going on. There's like a pirate and pirate treasure museum that's here. I kind of want to go to that, but we'll see what happens. Might try to grab a bite to eat after. Let's go. All right, we just stopped back at the Airbnb for a minute. Took a quick break. Met up with Leah, just talked about what we're gonna do tonight. We're probably just gonna try to get dinner somewhere, but as of right now, I want to take a right out of here, or left then a right, and we're gonna walk down to more of the historic district, and to kind of continue with the theme of 1500s, things like that. I told you guys before that this place was a spot that pirates used to raid, so we're gonna walk down the historic district, check all that out, and there's actually like a pirates museum, so maybe we'll go check that out and walk through there, check out some history of the pirates in this area. All right, let's go. Actually, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I don't say that enough. I feel like I never say that in any of my videos. I just trust you guys are going to do it. But I'm really trying to make this YouTube thing a full-time gig in the next year. That's my plan. Giving it 12 months. 12 months as of, I mean, I could say March, but I think it was after this new year, after it turned 2025 is when I kind of said, you know what, I really want to make this a full-time job. All right, so yeah, like and subscribe. Please leave a comment. Is there anywhere in Florida you want me to go? Is there anywhere in the United States you want me to go that you haven't seen, that you're interested in? I'll go there, I'll check it out. I haven't been doing too many videos overseas, but this summer we're going to Thailand, so that's a trip that's coming up. We'll be spending like 10 days in Thailand, so I'll do a bunch of videos out in Bangkok. All right, here we go. This is cool.
Oh, this is cool.
Wow, it's a sink. It's pretty awesome. Nice table. This is awesome. Fold out bar. That's pretty cool. That's cool. We got live music. Little vintage place over there. Get your lotto and some fucking smokes. Yeah, so today is really just going to be us getting here, that Fountain of Youth thing, and then obviously I just figured we'd walk downtown right now, get up to Pirate Museum, and then probably call it a day. And then tomorrow I'll have a whole nother video where we're going to go to this fertility shrine. There's the original fort that the Spanish built in like the 1500s that's still here, so that's probably going to be like the big thing that we do tomorrow. Go to the fort, check that out, go to that fertility shrine, walk around and just see some more of this place and experience some more of the history here. Look at that little Christmas shop here in Florida. Yeah, you can just tell like the houses here, everything's built. It almost reminds me of the Northeast, like the way the houses are. Like these old wooden houses. I mean, obviously they don't do that anymore here in Florida. Everything's cement and hurricane proof. Tattoos and brews. That's interesting. Usually it's illegal to get tattooed while you're drunk. It's a tattoo parlor you can drink and get tattooed. Okay. That's pretty cool. Oh wow, look at this building. Historic downtown St. Augustine. This is it. Wow, look at this place. These row of houses look pretty cool. Should we check it out? Oh, that's the Castillo restaurant. I was just looking online about that. Yeah, these old houses. Look at that. Beautiful. Look at that one. The building looks cool. It makes me think like I feel like I'm in Disney when I'm here, just like the way these buildings are, like the new ones. I don't know. For some reason, I feel like everything in Florida just reminds me of Disney. Look at that. A Ripley's Believe It or Not museum. I feel like I haven't been to one of those since I was like 8 years old in Orlando. Or like in New York City or something. That's so funny. I wonder how much these are. So many people on them. Oh, sorry. Just freaking head-on collision. Oh, that's the fort up there. We're gonna do that tomorrow. But for today, we're gonna keep it moving. Look at this old grave site here. This would have been some of the first people that were living here when this part of the country became America. If you look, that person was born in, or died in 1821 at age 50. So that would have been around the time that America took possession of this land. So these are some of the people that were, yeah, like I said, alive and died before America even owned this place. Just goes to show about the history here. Controlled by the Spanish, then the English, then the Americans. Pretty incredible. Here we go, we made it. This is the gates. Safe haven. See the gates, then to the left is the old fort. I'm trying to go to tomorrow. This is the early 1800s. Alright guys, I'm ready to walk through this. Are you?
Hello. I don't see you. We are in
Look
the
at this. The oldest continuous living city in America. That's pretty cool. Let's see it, guys. Wow. Go this way. Wow, this is pretty cool. It's like an old-timey village. Nice. Let's see if we can find a drink somewhere. Oh, here we go. Let's go in and check out, let's see how much the ghost tours are. Maybe we'll do that tomorrow night. Paranormal investigation. Hey, how's it going? I'm just trying to inquire about your ghost tours.
Sure. So we have a walking tour, which is a 1.5 hour duration.
Okay.
And it's $39 per
Yeah.
person. It's around office area, a couple of cemeteries, the gates, the forts.
Okay.
And we also have more personalized, up to 6 people in comfort in the golf carts.
Okay.
Running tonight as well. They both departs from our area.
How much is the private one?
The private tour?
Yeah.
How many of you?
It's just 2 of us.
You want it $199.
Okay,
with the
for just
private
2 of us?
tour.
Okay.
Yes, and it's a 1.5 hour duration.
Okay.
And you can pick up the theme, and the tour guide goes into depth.
Okay,
knowledge.
cool.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, no, just wanted to know my options. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
So please, come.
What time do they usually start?
The private tour.
Both tours.
So for the ghost public tour for tonight, we have 8:20. We also have ghost tour running public tonight at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
You can get on the golf cart.
Okay, cool.
There's only 2 people, so it's going to be 2 of you.
Okay.
So then it's $39. For the
Oh, really?
private, we have for tomorrow availability.
Okay, cool. I appreciate it. Thank you. We might do it tonight or tomorrow. We're not sure yet. Oh yeah, please.
So this is a walking tour.
Yeah.
And this is on the golf cart.
Awesome. Thank you so much, sir.
Just give us a call, please.
Yeah.
We would like to talk.
Appreciate it. Thank you. All right, cool. I don't know how down Leah's gonna be to walk for an hour and a half for a ghost tour. That sounds like she'd be fucking miserable. Oh, look at this. The oldest wooden schoolhouse in the USA. Wow. Where's this from? Okay. Yeah, we'll take a swing. Maybe we'll try to find something to drink. Oh, excuse me. Let's go over here. Look at this. Got the self-serve brewery. Self-serve, that's pretty cool. There's one right there. I'm just gonna go behind in neutral. Yes, sir.
Have a good one.
Can I just get a neutral, please?
Yeah. I'll just need ID.
Yeah, no worries.
And
Got ourselves a drink for a minute. A little rest stop before we go finish the walk. It seems like there's a lot to do here. It's pretty big. Like, we barely scratched the surface yet. I've only walked like 100 feet before I've had to get an alcoholic beverage. That's really good. Strawberry neutral. Can't go wrong. All right, let's pound this and we're gonna go for a walk. All right, let's slam this and get out of here. All right. Thank you.
yeah, you're welcome.
All right, let's go.
Why is she in the goal? Has to get out from under the table.
What's going on here? Is there a fucking band playing? This place is cool. Yeah, there definitely is one up there. It's fucking awesome. See, and Leah didn't want to come walk around. She's missing out. This place is actually pretty shaded too. All right. Colonial family home. Okay. It's a Spanish pottery. Wow. It smells good. Just books. The book nook. It's a cute little area. Sounds like cute little retail spaces here. I just didn't realize it was this big. Let's keep it moving. It goes down pretty far. Holy shit. I don't know, I guess we'll just walk this whole thing and then head back.
That's what we're talking about. We're meeting and we'll go shooting and just like off.
Scavenger hunt, okay. That's pretty cool. Like what to compare this to. I don't think I've ever been somewhere like this. Just like a, I don't know. It really is just like an old historic town right in the middle of everything. It's cool that they just preserve this. Oh, here we go. Definitely plenty of places to eat though, for sure. I don't think Leah's gonna have a problem coming down here later. But this is nuts. It goes even further too. So we'll walk to the end. What is this? Little garden. Okay. Colombia. I looked at that online. Looked pretty good.
They gain more power with
out the map because I want to see where we are, what we got. Alright, so we're like right dab in the middle, so we got room to walk. That smells good. Is that popcorn? Oh damn. Let's go in there. Alright guys, we're gonna finish walking this. It's just like 3-4 more blocks. And then we're gonna turn around and head back towards the Pirate Museum. I'll check it out. I don't know if we're gonna go in, but at least we'll walk by. It's on the way back anyway and see what's going on. Should we go to the shell shop? Here. Oh, what's the sign say? The stone walls of this building date from before 1750. The royal treasure of the first Spanish period. Home of the governor. That's cool.
Who wants to hold it? Do you want it?
Got history everywhere here. Oh, this is beautiful. What's over here? This is like pretty much where the end is, but let's cut around after. This is cool. Let's go through here. Oh, they got one of the old Zoltars. Should we do it? I think I got a couple ones on me.
It wasn't a pelican, it was some kind of...
Put it $1? Alright, we'll do it.
What was it?
So press the button. I'm a Gemini. Toxic Gemini, what's up? Time to get gaslit.
With most of the pieces missing.
You're admired more than you know. A green-eyed Gemini. Oh, that's good. That's relevant to me. Look at you and a dark-eyed Capricorn likes your style. A Leo from California is delighted by your smile. A sandy-haired Taurus thinks you're a knockout. Ooh. Alright, well I can't show that to Leah. She'll be pissed. It's about how a bunch of people like me. I need like one of these. This is like the fit. This is like, I don't have any like Florida dad fits. Here we go, some more hell yeah. Some more hell yeah medallions. This is some freaking World of Warcraft for the Horde shit. Shaker Merlin. That's so funny. Alright, what else we got over here? Pet boutique. Oh man. I got 2 girl cats, so should we get them like a beautiful... One of my cats hates wearing a collar, but I feel like if she had something so stunning and beautiful like this, she'd be okay. It's so funny.
That stuff I don't say.
Oh, okay.
It's in here. What do we got here? Baby back in a flash. Oh, it's like Funko Pop shit. Old time photos. I have like one of these when I was like 12. They do them on the boardwalk in Ocean City, New Jersey here. Let's go back. It's pretty much the end. We're gonna circle around here, go back, and then I'll meet you guys back over by the Pirate Museum. Let's go. This guy's got the Oakleys. I like your glasses. Those are sick, man. I was gonna say, those are, yeah, almost 30 years old. They're super rare now. That's sick. The guy had like those sick Oakleys on. There we go. I think we gotta go this way. Yeah, here we go. All right. Oh, there it is. Ahoy. All right, we made it. Did the whole loop. Walk back to the beginning. Let's see how much it is to get in. I'm not paying an arm and a leg here, right? We've been traveling on a budget. I've done a lot of traveling. Miami's fucking crazy expensive. We spent so much money down there. It was unbelievable for the 2 days we were there. Crazy. All right. Oh, this is the entrance, so let's go. Let's check it out. That's sick. All right.
Oh my God.
How much are tickets? Oh, here, 30. All right. Okay. Sweet. Cool. Sweet. All right, got my sticker. Got my map.
I can take you guys on it. Somebody choose wisely.
The pen.
All right. Anybody military first responder?
Let's go.
This is gonna be so cool. Gun. That's on the cover of a pirate book.
Yeah.
King James, the first warning against pirates. I think how long went Boston, Massachusetts. Let's go. Cool. Sir Francis Drake. That's pretty cool. Elizabeth. Down here. Okay.
There's one right over there too.
Rum laced with gunpowder. All right, that's pretty cool.
Hold on, Nick. Deck of cards.
Why are you doing deck of cards?
This is pretty cool. All right. Captain Shaggy, man. Articles of piracy. Code of conduct. That's pretty cool. Have an equal vote in affairs. Money. Oh wow, look at this. The old skull and crossbones. Captain Kidd's chest. Look at this. This is awesome. Only 2 pirate flags still exist, and this is one of them, the Jolly Roger. Wow. That's pretty crazy. Look at this fucking guy.
Most ships would surrender without a fight, but if the captain was foolhardy enough to resist, well, let's just say they didn't call us cutthroats for nothing.
Silver from Dead Men's Island. It's pretty cool. Some freaking doubloons. Ships were lost off the Florida Keys. Damn. That's fucking crazy. Big giant silver bar. That's wild. Gold. Yeah, that's awesome. Where are we going? Taking left. This is cool. Quick replica from Hook. Orson Welles. Goonies. Alright. Peter Pan. Alright guys, I think that's pretty much it from day one here at St. Augustine. You guys got to see Buc-ee's. You guys got the drink from the Fountain of Youth. I think cap it off with a little tour of a pirate museum in downtown St. Augustine Beach. Join me for part 2. I should be putting it out really soon. If it's not like a couple days after this, it'll be maximum 10 days after. It'll be out super soon, and hope you liked part 1. Part 2 is going to be even better. We're going to be going there. That place. That big old fort built by the Spanish in the 1500s. Alright guys, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and Shaggy out. Alright guys, the night is not over. Apparently we signed up for a ghost tour, so I've never been on a ghost tour in my life. In about 30 minutes we're gonna go meet up at the corner of the historic district where we just were, hop on a golf cart and do like an hour and 15 minutes of a ghost tour. So if you've been hanging along for this long of the video, thank you. I appreciate it. Make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share this video with one of your friends, and I'll see you when we get on the tour. Yeah, buddy. All right, we made it. There's our fucking ride.
Okay.
There he is.
You want a window seat, right? I'll sit. You see it?
How you doing, sir?
Hi.
We're on the ride with you tonight.
All right. Well, we'll get this party started. My name's Bob. I'll be your driver tonight with Riding with the Ghost. Welcome to St. Augustine, everybody.
So we've got some nice weather. It's not too cold, depending on where you're from. Well, St. Augustine is the oldest continuously occupied European territory in the country. That's a lot of words to say. We're the oldest city in the nation. We were settled back in 1565 by a Spanish conquistador by the name of Pedro Menendez. He didn't land here. He actually landed a mile and a half north of here at a place we now call the Fountain of Youth. So on this end of the plaza would have been the gallows. If you have that second floor balcony, yes, that's right. We had hangings here in St. Augustine for over 300 years. Now, hangings were reserved for the more mundane crimes like murder, rape, or stealing. But if you committed the crime of treason, like one young soldier at the fort, you died by something called the garrote. Does anybody know what the garrote is? You never know what you're going to see anywhere in this city, but the plaza is kind of a hot spot. Unfortunately, the lights stay on kind of all night, so it's kind of hard to tell. But having said all that, the paranormal, I got to tell you a little bit about paranormal. Keep your cell phones handy, because that's some of your best ghost hunting tool. It can see things your naked eye cannot. Put them in flash mode for taking pictures. Ghosts like that flash because ghosts are attracted to energy and emotion. In other words, drama. So all my stories have a little bit or a lot of drama. Ghosts can manifest in two different ways. One way is what we call an intelligent haunting, and that's just a ghost, shadowy figure or an orb, something like that. The other way, the second way, the more common, is what we call residual haunting, where there's no actual ghost that you see, but what you're witnessing or experiencing is that leftover energy from whatever happened at that location. And that could be hundreds or even thousands of years ago. That's those things that go bump in the night, the things that knock on the door. It's those squeaky hinges, this rattling of chains. It can be inappropriate music or smells at a location. It can also be those, you know how you all put your car keys in one spot at home, and then one day you want to go somewhere and those car keys are gone. Yep. And you search the entire house, you tear the house apart, only to find them an hour later right where you left them. That is not old age, that is a ghost, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So basically everybody has a ghost at least once in a while in their home.
Hey, alright, that was kind of weird. Let's go. Yo, my first ghost tour.
Okay, honey, I have to tell a story. Yeah.
Probably my last. I don't know how many times I'm gonna do a ghost tour in my life. Maybe if I ever go do.
Henry Flagler,
here we go.
Turns out was one of the richest men in the world, and like I said, he wanted to turn St. Augustine into a playground for the rich and the famous. So the very first thing he built was a hotel here in St. Augustine, and the hotel was the Hotel Ponce de Leon, the most expensive, prestigious, and luxurious hotel in the world ever at that time. That building was right in front of us. And that building is now Flagler College, a small private liberal arts school right here in St. Augustine, with an attendance about 2,500. I'm going to turn right here, but I want y'all to take a look to your left. There's a part of the building that juts up a semicircle into the parking lot. That is just one end of that. That is.
It's going to be so hard to see. This camera does not have a flash.
And it seats over 200 people. It also features 70 panes of Tiffany glass designed and installed by Louis Comfort Tiffany himself. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the largest collection of Tiffany glass in any one place, anywhere in the world. It has a value of well over $140 million. Wow. It's covered up in bulletproof. She was considered a gold digger and treated poorly. She was not happy. So to make his young bride happy, Henry Flagler moved her back down here to St. Augustine, where by then the Hotel Ponce de Leon was completed, right there on my left. So he and Ida took over the entire third floor west wing of that hotel as their private residence. Now down here in St. Augustine, things went well for young Ida. Wow. The women down here loved her. What wasn't to love? She was young, beautiful, intelligent, and she believed in the paranormal. She held seances. She read tarot cards and palms. Henry Flagler encouraged this behavior. He even built her something called a psychomantium. That is a mirrored room thought to capture those spirits, and that's where Ida held those seances. And women came from miles around to witness Ida in action. Things were going great. And then a new board game came out. Does anybody have any idea what that board game might have been? The Ouija board, absolutely. Ida loved the Ouija board, sometimes spending up to 10 hours a day on that Ouija board. Kind of makes me think of TikTok and our cell phones. Now, Ida believed everything the Ouija board said, and one of the things the Ouija board said was, Ida, you need to get rid of Henry and marry the Tsar of Russia. Well, that was interesting because Ida had never been to Russia. She certainly didn't. certainly didn't speak the language. It's the only floor that has a wooden balcony. That was the Flagler residence. So now Ida's home, but now she's home all alone because Henry Flagler is busy traveling the world, making business deals and more money. So Ida grows lonely, bored, and a bit depressed. So she hands on a great old big pair of scissors. And she waits for the one night that she knows Henry will be coming home from one of his business trips. She waits beside her bedroom door, patiently, quietly listening for Henry's footsteps to come down the hallway. When they draw near, she jumps out and plunges those scissors deep into the chest of her doctor. It was not Henry. It was her psychiatrist of all people. Now, she didn't kill him, she just made him really mad. And that psychiatrist had Ida put away for the rest of her life. Well, that made it possible for Henry Flagler to marry wife number 3. Her name was Mary Kinnan, who, by the way, he'd been having an affair with the entire time. So he and Mary are now free to get married. They moved down to West Palm Beach and built a beautiful mansion with a magnificent marble staircase. Now that staircase is where Henry, at the age of 83 in 1913, falls and dies from his injuries. Now, some people believe that Mary pushed him. We don't have any evidence of that, but if you know anything about Henry Flagler and his relationship with women, she probably had every reason. Now, a little bit of trivia. So, Mary Kinnan Flagler marries right after Henry Flagler's death. 4 years after Henry, you only see him for a second, and then he disappears. So, ironically, he doesn't bother the girls too much. Now the other ghost is a little more intimidating. She's described as a crazy-haired, wild-eyed woman who typically appears in mirrors. So imagine you're a young girl, 18, 19 years old, freshman, sophomore. You've never been away from home before, and now you're staying at the 3rd floor west wing of Flagler College. You're in the girls' lavatory washing your face. You look up in the mirror, and there's crazy Ida staring right back at you. Some of the girls complain of being awakened in the middle of the night, feeling pressure about their chest and face, as if they're being smothered with a pillow. Now take a look above that 3rd floor west wing. There's a roof line with 3 dormer windows.
Holy shit.
Those are girls' dorms as well.
My God.
Now the middle dormer, the one to the left, we'll see Henry Flagler's second hotel. That was the Hotel Alcazar. Now that hotel featured bowling, gambling, billiards, high-end shopping, a movie theater, and the biggest swimming pool thought to exist in the world at that time. Now this building is now the Leitner Museum. Otto Leitner was a publisher. He published the magazine The Hobbyist. Otto Leitner thought everybody should get smooth, it's used, it's missing. That's because Lily loves makeup. Whenever I tell that story, I think of Mimi from the Drew Carey Show. Lily wearing all the blue eyeshadow. So that's Lily, Jonathan, and Anna. Now they all hang out here on my right. There's a park here. And especially behind that live oak tree, there's a statue where people, it's a little kind of active for paranormal activity. So if you want to take a minute, step off the cart, stretch your legs, and go for a little walk. Just take a minute or two and take some pictures to see what you can see. You don't have to, but you can if you want to. Home, business, and wall here at St. Augustine out of that wonderful coquina material. Now take a look to your left. There's a building there with a sign in front of it. The sign says, the oldest house. That's because that is the oldest house. We've determined through paperwork dating back to, I think it's 1717, we determined that that is the very first building built after that fire in 1702. Now it's made of coquina. Now take a look upstairs, the 2nd floor is made out of wood. That's because the British occupied St. Augustine from 1763 to 1783. While they were here during that Revolutionary War period, they didn't know anything about coquina. So they continued to use wood while they were here in St. Augustine. Actual ghosts that anybody will see there, but that is a museum, and you can take tours. It's a wonderful tour, by the way. And the staff that work there tell us that during the night things move around, and that they have to spend between 5 and 15 minutes every morning putting some things away in the right spot, because they laugh and tell us it's almost like the British upstairs and the Spanish downstairs are playing hide and seek with each other's stuff. Most of this restaurant does not haunt the patron area. She typically is seen only upstairs between the 2nd, 3rd floor on the stairway. So it's only the late night staff trying to do the books that get to deal with the ghost of O.C. White's. Little side note, when I moved here to St. Augustine 4 years ago from Wisconsin, my first Christmas, I was afraid that I would miss the snow and the decorations, but then I saw a decorated palm tree, and I'm like, I'm gonna be okay. Pretty cool. Now this building to my left was tan building. That building was built on top of an old Catholic cemetery. They didn't move the cemetery, they simply built that building on top of the graves. If you've ever seen the movie Poltergeist, you know that was not a good idea. No. Now to the left of that building on the west side is Charlotte Street. Charlotte Street is one of the main drags through town. It's the one street that goes directly to the fort. So times when we, our soldiers,
is
ran
on
out of
YouTube.
cannonballs. So they simply left the fort, came out, grabbed those enemy cannonballs on the ground, picked them up, ran back inside, and fired those cannonballs back at the enemy. In fact, there's at least one enemy ship in our harbor that was sunk by their own cannonballs. How humiliating would that be? And sometimes it was deceiving. And plus, on top of that, they were in a big old hurry to get these people buried because they were still contagious. So sometimes people got buried alive. And they determined that because sometimes they had to move people around and the casket would come open and they would find scratch marks on the roof of on the top.
Isn't that why they used to put bells too? They used to have bells like above the casket, just in case.
Dead ringer comes from. Absolutely. Yeah.
Jesus
so
Christ.
There's plenty of haunted people, ghosts out here because of that. So many people got buried alive, and one of those is a ghost by the name of Mary. She was only 14 years old when she died, and she was buried alive. Now she haunts this cemetery. Now the other ghost is Judge Stickney. Now he didn't die of yellow fever, but he was buried in the cemetery later on. Now his son and his family wanted to move. They wanted to bring good old dad with them. So they hired a couple of grave diggers to dig up Judge Stickney and take him to the new location. Well, once they got him out of the ground, they took a nap. And while they were napping, somebody stole Judge Stickney's teeth, gold teeth.
Oh my God.
So now Judge Stickney haunts this cemetery looking for his gold teeth. Or perhaps the guys that stole them. So there's two ghosts that you can see. Can you see that palm, that live oak tree? It's a big old palm growing straight out of it. That is a love tree. Now there is a legend that goes along with the love tree. The legend says if you kiss somebody under the love tree, that person will live with you for the rest of your life.
Can I get out?
So I caution my parents, do not, yeah, you can. Do not kiss your children under the love tree.
Come here.
End up living in your basement playing video games.
You have your seatbelt on? Oh my God. Let's take a kiss on your
Where's the tree?
It's right there.
Yeah.
Oh, careful.
Okay, Jesus Christ.
She died for love.
There we go, right here. Where are you going? Right here.
That?
Yep,
That's it?
All right, let's go. Yay!
Do it.
Oldest planned Catholic cemetery in the country. As you can imagine, there's plenty of ghosts there because it's been around for well over 400 years. Now the Tolomato Cemetery and the Huguenot Cemetery are no longer open to the public, but they do open up one day a month or one weekend a month, the third Saturday of the month, to visitors under supervision. They're trying to cut down on some of the wear and tear and vandalism on some of these. The big thing is to do rubbings or whatever. Yeah, kind of. It's been cocaine is kind of soft and it kind of wears it down.
Where are your boots from? Fry? Yeah. Oh, they look. I know. Oh my God, they look bomb. You look so good. They're my favorite. I knew it.
Cemetery. Why? I don't know, but they're there. They were, yeah. But well, she showed up. She walked right through their tent and walked right through them. That might be the last time those boys went camping anywhere. Now the lady in the veil is buried right up here in the corner of the cemetery. Now this is a very special grave. No, it's not that special, but it's not common. It's a little more common in coastal cities because it's a floating grave. It's designed in such a way that that casket floats up and down with the ever-changing water table. So that is just a cap on the grave. Her casket's much lower down. It's expensive to be buried that way, so we know the lady in the veil came from some money. Now she was engaged to a soldier at the fort before they could get married. He was shipped out to Puerto Rico to serve in the war. He never came back. She waited for 3 years for that young man. After 3 years, she gave up hope and gave up her life. She committed suicide. Now her family wanted her buried here in the cemetery, but if you commit suicide, that 1812 Constitution. So we did. So we did, and there it is. Now that cost us a pretty penny. It also took a whole year to build. Well, wouldn't you know, 1 year later in 1814, the Spanish Constitution in Spain fell to the monarchy. The king took the throne once again, and the first thing the king said was, I want those monuments destroyed. Well, Well, folks here in St. Augustine didn't think that was very funny. After all, we spent a whole year building the thing. It barely stood up there for a year. Well, folks in St. Augustine aren't known for following the rules very well. They didn't destroy it. They simply took it apart and hid the pieces all over town so nobody could find them. And they did that successfully. And then in 1912, to celebrate the anniversary of the 1812 Constitution, they put that monument back up on the plaza. Several years later, we found out that that is the only monument left standing anywhere in the world dedicated to that short-lived 1812 Constitution. And it's right here in St. Augustine. I promised you Avila Street. There it is on my right. That's where those arms and legs and hands and feet are buried. And that pink building with the light on, that is the Spanish Military Hospital Museum. It's a good tour if you have a chance. Now we're right back here to Charlotte Street. I'm going to take a left on Charlotte, because if I take a right on Charlotte, I'll be going the wrong way. Now Charlotte Street is where those bodies and caskets are paved over. Take a look as we go by. It looks like a scene from The Exorcist. On my left is the City Market. The City Market is always on the opposite end of the plaza from the governor's house. Unfortunately, fruits and vegetables are not the only items sold at that market. That is also where the slave trade would have taken place as well. But to St. Augustine's credit, most other Spanish cities here in the state of Florida, we quit utilizing slave labor in the early 1700s. Back in 1731, we built Fort Mose on the north end of town. That was a settlement providing freedom for those slaves escaping the Carolinas. If you could get to St. Augustine, you could be free. You just had to join the military, convert to Catholicism, and pledge allegiance to the Spanish flag. Easy. Now, St. Augustine, by the way, played a crucial role in the civil rights movement of the 1960s. In fact, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. spent a lot of time here in St. Augustine. He even spent a little bit of time in our jail. And that's the part we're not so proud of. Well, folks, that's my tour. I hope my driving wasn't the scariest part of the tour. If you've got any questions or anything, feel free to ask. If I know the answers, I'll tell you.